Today, we are doing lesson number 3. So lesson number 1, if you've been catching up with us, was who am I? Lesson number 2 we did, why are we here? And the question I want to answer today, is, what's holding you back? What's holding you back from becoming your best self? What's holding you back from becoming the best version of you? What is that glue that keeps you? You want to move forward, but it keeps holding you back. You want to make that step, but you keep falling behind. What's that thing that gets you stuck? Why are you stuck? What's the glue that's holding you back? As usual, as you know me, please get your journal and your pen, because I have a few questions that I believe will help you figure out what is that thing that has been holding you back. And I'm going to jump right in with this question. And our question number 1 is going to be, when did it happen? When you think about your life, and can you remember a time where you were really passionate about the things you wanted to do, or you had an idea that excited you and you started, and all of a sudden you stopped? What do you think made you stop? What's the challenge? What happened? Just write down what happened. Why did I stop pursuing my dreams? Why did I stop being happy? Why did I stop being my best version? Why and when? When did you stop? What happened? What happened to you? The next question I want you to answer is, what are the feelings and emotions that got you here? What are the feelings, what are the emotions that got you to this place where you're feeling stuck? This place where you feel like you don't know how to move forward? What are the emotions around it? I want you to articulate them, because by articulating these emotions, by going back and reflecting, it helps you to know how to move forward. It helps you to know how to counter these emotions. Okay? So the question is, what happened? You're answering that, but also we are answering, what are the emotions, what are the feelings that got us to this place where we are stuck? The next thing I want you to reflect on is, do you feel like you sabotage yourself? Do you feel like you're self-sabotaging? Are there things and traits and habits that you have that self-sabotage you? A lot of times we think that the problem is outside. We think that the problem is with other people or circumstances, but it probably could be that you're self-sabotaging yourself. So I want you to really think about it. Who is holding you back? Is it circumstances? Is it your lack of money? Or is it really just you not believing in yourself enough? Is it you who's just created this mental block? Is it you who's caused yourself to have all these excuses that you have held yourself back? Do you remember what you wanted to be? Remember, I asked this question last episode. Do you remember what you wanted to be when you grew up? As a child growing up, when I grew up thing was to be a singer, a musician, and I loved the musicians because people gather in a hall or in different places to watch the musicians sing. I love the attentions they get. I really admire that. And then in our house, news time was really serious time. Like, it's the one time that nobody could say our thing. And I remember looking at the female broadcasters and thinking, I want that. I want to be at a place where I can articulate myself, and yet everyone would be still to listen to me. Of course, I did not become a musician. Okay, I still want to be. I also did not become a news anchor. But I see how that desire has somehow been aligned to who I am, because now I broadcast news for Jesus. I tell people about Christ and I point others to the cross. So it may not be exactly that which I thought it would look like when I was younger, but God was able to take those desires and weave them to me accomplishing my why. All right? So a few more questions that I'd like for you to write down so that you can reflect on. One of the question is, give me a minute. Consider your past failures and ventures, and then see, can you identify any self-defeating patterns? Remember, today we are talking about what's the glue that keeps you. What is the glue that keeps you from being your best version? Okay? So I want you to write down, consider what are the things that you think, based on your past failures, that keep you from moving forward, keep you from being stuck. Okay? Past habits that you have that are self-defeating. Just write them down. And then the next question I want you to ask yourself is, are they based on your character and personality? These self-defeating patterns, are they based on your own character, or are they based on your personality? The next question I want you to ask yourself is, what 3 negative mindsets do you need to let go of? What are the 3 negative mindsets? The main ones that you have identified and seen. These are the 3 main negative mindsets that I need to let go of. Write those down. The other one is, what 3 things should you stop doing? I know we are always doing stuff, but I want you to reflect and think, what are the 3 things that I need to stop doing? For example, for me this year, I had to say that I must stop sleeping late. I have to figure out how I must stop sleeping at 2 a.m. and begin to try and sleep at least at 11, The next question I want you to answer is, list 3 things you must start doing. 3 things you must start doing, because these practical steps are going to help us get unstuck. Remember, the topic for today is, what's the glue that's keeping you from being your best version? All right? These things are not going to happen magically. You must intentionally make up your mind to do stuff that gets you unstuck. The next thing I want you to do is, a lot of times we get stuck in our emotions, or we get stuck in seasons because of anger, bitterness, and unforgiveness that you're carrying. And I want you to let go of that, because this baggage is what holds us from being our best version. I know of a season that I was so angry, I was so upset at different individuals, and at the time I didn't realize that I couldn't love others freely. I couldn't pursue relationships and friendships freely because I was stuck in my unforgiveness. And I want to ask you to consider, could it be that there are things that you're carrying, baggage that you need to let go of, baggage like unforgiveness? Because unforgiveness is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die, all right? So this unforgiveness does more harm to you than to the other person. So it could be that this season, what you need to do, just as Christ has forgiven us, that you need to extend that kind of forgiveness. And sometimes forgiveness is not just to other people, but also forgive yourself. It could be that you're feeling you've let yourself down. It is because of things that you didn't do that have gotten you stuck where you're at. You can decide today to say that I'm going to forgive myself, and I'm going to give myself another chance. You're going to forgive others, but you're going to forgive you. Let's get ourselves unstuck. Let's allow ourselves to unstuck from this glue so that together we can move.